In today's video, I'm doing a dip technique with some pre-mixed pour paints. I have some Hippie Crafter paints that they sent me. They are 2-ounce bottles and I'm using them straight from the bottle. I'm not adding any other water or medium. I'm doing a reverse dip where I'm dipping my canvas onto the surface of my table. So I like to just take a pen or a pencil and mark off my surface so that I know where exactly I need to put the paints to make sure that when I dip my canvas, I have a good coverage. I'm using 2 different shades of blue, purple, pink, and white. And then once this has dried for a day or two, I'm going to stencil a design over the top, and I bought some new stencils to add, so I'm not using the same ones all the time. So I will be doing more with some stencils that I got, but I really like the dip technique. I haven't done a lot of these in a while, and I like the way that they look for backgrounds. So I'm just taking each of my colors and alternating where I put them down on my surface. I'm not really worried about having a specific background design. I just want a really nice blending of all of these colors. If you want to check out video number 15, I did that 3 years ago. The dip technique was one of the first techniques that I started learning, and I did a beautiful purple dip along with some coasters that turned out very beautiful. So this is one technique that I have done for quite a few years, and I just really like it, and I love the way that my pieces turn out with this technique. I'm using a 9-inch by 12-inch canvas, and once I have all of my paint down on my table, I just gently push or place my canvas onto the paint, and then I'm pushing in the middle to remove all of the air bubbles and make sure that I get a good nice coverage of paint over my entire canvas. And if you want, one thing that you can do is also dip the sides of your painting. I'm just planning on keeping mine white, but if you want the design to move over onto the sides, you just dip those right into your paint also. And since I had a lot of leftover paint on my surface, I'm using a portion of it to dip some coasters. I haven't decided how I'm going to finish these off yet, if I will do a stencil or just leave them as is, but you can use all of that leftover paint to dip for other projects, or you can dip more canvases, or you can let it dry right on the freezer paper and it will peel right off so that you have an acrylic skin, which you can use for other projects like jewelry or bookmarks. If you want to check out how I've used acrylic skins before, you can check out video number 396. I show how I make pendants and bookmarks with leftover acrylic paint. So I let this painting dry for about 2 days. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch of new stencils. So this one fits right on the 9 by 12 canvas really well. For this one, I'm using silver paint. It's not as thick as my heavy body gold paint. So I'm hoping that it won't smudge under or be too thin and smudge under the stencil, but I'm going to try it out. I do have some silver heavy body paint on order so that I can get some good stencil designs. I do like the thicker paint for my stencils. That is just my preference. To make sure that my stencil won't move while I'm adding the paint, I just taped it down around the edges and tried to make sure that my stencil was in the middle of my canvas. And then you can either put your paint, with this one being in a tube, you could squeeze it out right on your stencil, or I'm just taking it and adding it to my silicone knife and just putting it right over the stencil that way. Once I've added all of the paint over the stencil design, I just peel off the stencil right away. I don't let it dry with the stencil right on the canvas. I don't know if doing that, if that would pull off the dried paint on your canvas. But then once it's all dry, it looks really great against those colors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I will try and do maybe one stenciled piece about every other week to show off my new stencils. I do put out videos 3 times a week, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so that you get notified when I have my new videos out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.